Alrighty, what's up everybody? My peeps! How's it going, you sexy bitches? And yeah, buddy! Cabs are here! It's time for the Jersey Shore! Oh yeah! Anyway, yeah, I had to do that because I felt like it. You don't like it? Too bad. But yeah, buddy! What's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video. Video number 2 on your Tuesday evening, getting close to Tuesday night, May the 14th, 2024. Thank you for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there inside of my goddamn motherfucking pants, otherwise known as the scripture marks below, on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you wish, but if you leave stupid comments, you're gonna get kicked in the nuts and you're gonna get thrown out like yesterday's garbage and blocked too. So don't do that. But just comment on the topic at hand, and that'll be pretty much it. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that goddamn bell. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you missed a lot. And that's pretty much it. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab a cold one, and enjoy the show. And if not, get the fuck out of here. And go do something else with your so-called life. Because you ain't gonna do it here, or on anybody else's channel for that matter. Do it on your own channel with your 5 subs or whatever amount of subs you have. Do that shit there. You ain't gonna do it here or anywhere else. Go fuck yourselves. And that's not pretty much it. Let me move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, video number 2 on your Tuesday evening, May the 14th, 2024, right here on the Killer of Demons channel. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, music, movies, sports, politics, whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. And if you like it, great, hit that thumbs up button, stick that thumb straight up everybody else's ass that doesn't like it. And subscribe to my channels, leave a comment if you wish, and all that other good shit. And thank you once again for your support. That too. Alright everybody, hope everybody had a great Tuesday. Wasn't so nice here in the Northeast. Was a little sunny, not too much, but cloudy, drizzling, bleh. Supposed to rain like cats and dogs for the next couple days. Here, as we begin the second half of May, we're at the midpoint right now, and pretty much 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away from the end of May and the unofficial start of summer. Memorial Day weekend. We're 2 weeks away for that, but officially summer starts about a month and a week from now. Right near the end of June, we're going to start that great month of summer, and we got pretty much July and August and a little bit of September to get through for summer, and then we'll talk about the fall, the autumn, fall, whatever, and then temperatures get cold again, the sun goes down like at 5 o'clock again with the time change in November, and then we're back to cold as fuck weather, wherever you may be, and hopefully for none of you, you don't get the hurricanes this summer, and hopefully we don't get bomb cyclones, blizzards, and all that other shit in the wintertime. But I'm not going to talk about that yet, even though hurricane season begins next month. So be prepared, especially if you live in Florida or Puerto Rico or anywhere along the East Coast and around the Texas area, and in the Bahamas and Bermuda and points north and all that other good shit. But probably won't be talking about hurricanes till about the summertime, around June, July, when it really hits. Hopefully it's not going to be good, but they're talking about it might be a really rough summer for hurricanes. And that's it. Speaking of the other Hurricanes, the hockey team, those bitches beat the Rangers the other night on Monday night. Pissed me off. So now it's pretty much a series. 3-2, the Rangers are leading. Game 6 tomorrow night in Carolina on TNT at 7 o'clock. Rangers really need to come out like machines and not like the last 2 games. Played like and started like shit, even though they got the first goal of the game last night by Jacob Trouba, the Mark Messier Leadership Award winner. So got that. So big ups to Trouba on that. And but after that, the Rangers stunk up the joint. Gave up 4 consecutive goals. After that, and pretty much lost the game 4-1. And like I said, Game 6 is on Thursday, and I think the Boston-Florida series, Game 5, is tonight. So if Florida wins, they're going to get a little bit of rest before the Eastern Conference Finals. And hopefully tomorrow the Rangers do their job, so that way, if Florida does lose tonight, which I hope, but I want Florida to have no rest and the Rangers to win tomorrow, and then they probably won't have to play till Sunday. So sometimes probably be Sunday or Monday with the Eastern Conference Finals start. But we got all that, so we'll see what happens with all that. The Mets got swept at home by the Filthies. Almost got no hit again. Well, it is. I said that the Mets probably would not be contending this year, and maybe in 2025 when they probably get Soto, I think they'll be monsters of the East again. So it is what it is. So they go to Philly tomorrow and Thursday. I doubt they're going to play because it's going to be raining cats and dogs here in the Northeast for the next 3 days. So I doubt they're even going to be playing tomorrow or Thursday. And then they go to Miami, the worst team in the National League East, for 3 games. And then they come back home after that, I think. No, go to Cleveland, and then they come back home for the Memorial Day weekend series against I think the Padres. I don't know. Who cares? We got that. Also, football. The schedule for the 2024 season comes out tomorrow, and there has been some leaks regarding the 49ers. Week 1, they will be playing at home, but they haven't played at home in a home opener in 4 years. And they will be taking on the Jets. And maybe, just maybe, if he's healthy, practice and his discount double check at Levi. But that game will be on Monday Night Football on ESPN, so I can't watch it because I don't have it on the rich man's cable. So I have to watch it on the 49ers app on my good old trusty old as fuck PC. So, we're doing that. And also, they're going to be having another Monday night game sometime, I don't know when. They are going to be playing the Bears in Week 10. But they might have some Sunday night games along the line. They will be playing the Chiefs, I believe, in Week 7. I don't know if that's going to be in Kansas City or at Levi, because they did play him, I think, last year or the year before that, and KC won. Fuck. So, it'll be nice to get some revenge if we go to KC and whip the living shit out of them. Put Kelsey and Mahomes in the turf and out for the season. It'll be nice. But we'll see what happens with that. So, we got all that. So, tomorrow is the big day for all you football fans out there with the 2024 schedule. And there's going to be some games on Fox. I don't know how many Niner games are going to be on Fox this year. They had like the first 6 weeks of last season, they had the Niners on. It was great. And I didn't even have to do anything. They just showed the Niners games in the New York City area. It was great. Hopefully we get that again this year would be nice, but I doubt that. I highly doubt we'll get some 49er games on Fox. But you never know. So most of the time, I would be watching on the app. Unless there's a Sunday night game, you can watch it on NBC. Or it's a Thursday night game, maybe I might be able to watch it on Amazon Prime. and not the NFL Network, because I don't have that either. I do have that, but actually, I don't really like watching it, because some of the announcers suck, but it is what it is. But football is on its way in a couple months, with training camp in June, and then August, we got the preseason games, which really don't count, and we don't care about it. But September, I think it's the 4th or the 5th. We got Thursday Night Football, the Chiefs, and the Ravens. That should be interesting right there, Otaku. He's not happy about that. Hopefully the Ravens beat the Chiefs. That'd be nice, but we got that. And then Friday night, the day after, we got the day, well, not the so-called debut, but the Eagles will be playing in Brazil. So, but that's probably going to be a tip game. That's not going to be live. Why would you? Well, I don't know what time that game would be. Because I don't know the time difference between New York and Brazil. I think it's like 8 hours, like 6 hours, 7 hours. So that game would probably be played at 2 o'clock. So we've seen Friday afternoon football while we're at work, most of us. Like I said, I don't know what time the game is. Probably playing at midnight, in Brazil time. I don't know, but we got all that. And then we're going to be playing some London games as usual. I don't know about a Germany game or a Mexico game. So, but we'll see what happens when the schedule comes out tomorrow. And who the Niners will place. We all know they're going to be playing 8 games against the NFC West. They're playing the AFC East this year, I believe. So they will play the Jets. They will be playing the Patriots. And some good games against the Dolphins and the Bills. That should be interesting. I think they are going to Buffalo this year. That's not going to be good in December. November/December, because God forbid they get 100 inches of snow again. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with all that. Alright, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, check out my first video of the evening over on my Metal God channel, where I talked about some good news and sad news for for everybody who's a big fan of one of my favorite bands of all time, In This Moment. Where I talked about, In This Moment, big accolade, 2 new gold singles for their hit songs Roots and Black Wedding, which they did with the metal god himself, Mr. Rob Halford. Those have now been certified gold singles, which is great. And then I talked a little about sad news with a member of the In This Moment family passing away. And then I reiterated my love and support for In This Moment. So check that out. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook. Or you just go to my Metal God channel and check out the newest video. That's pretty much it. We got that. We got NXT coming up in a little bit. But we'll talk about NXT maybe later, because I'm tired as fuck right now, and I might sleep through NXT tonight. I really don't want to, because maybe we'll see Trick Willie Shamon. We'll see. See what happens with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on video number 2, right here on the Peter Joseph channel. Once again, thank you for watching. It is, not the Peter Joseph channel, sorry, the Killer Demons channel. It's late, I'm sorry. It is time for your late and out-of-date WWE Raw thoughts. You understand? Thoughts, you understand? So I'm going to give my thoughts about Monday Night Raw last night. And it was a pretty good show. It emanated from the Bon Secours Wellness Center. Well, it's a wellness center. Why isn't they having some wrestling there? Should be getting well. Somebody call Dr. Phil. I'm going to help you get better. Anyway. So from the Bon Secours Wellness Center in Greenville, South Carolina. And as always, our commentary team of Mitchell Cole and Pat McAfee. Alright, so we're starting the quarterfinals of the King and Queen of the Ring. So, we got all that. That was basically half the show. We got all that. But we begin with Drew McIntyre kicking things off. Fans are chanting for CM Punk, that idiot Phil. But Drew talks about how Punk only makes the big town. Like big cities. He doesn't come to cities like Greenville, South Carolina. And then he says the greatest trick that Punk ever pulled was looking like a drug addict. Ouch. Despite never taking any drugs. He's straight edge. Punk keeps messing with the fans, but they keep taking him back. And Drew's like, I'm going to get my hands on him one day, and I'm going to beat Punk up so bad that Punk will wish he had a torn tricep. But in other news, he talks about Jey Uso losing another match. So Drew will deal with him a little bit later, because Jey is going to be taking on Ilya Dragunov in the quarterfinals of the King of the Ring. But for now, Drew says, I want the World Heavyweight title back. And on cue, Mr. El Campeon himself, Papi Priest, comes out and says, Drew, if you have something to say, why don't you just say it to somebody's face this time, like mine? So Drew praises Priest for his success, but he doesn't deserve to be the champion, kind of like Cody. And he says, the title has made the man, but now the title needs Drew to make it. So Priest calls Drew delusional, and then he accuses him of blaming everyone for his troubles. But the reality is, Papi Priest wanted to cash in on Seth Rollins, and then they could have gone at it at WrestleMania. But what stopped him from cashing in so many times? You there, Drew McIntyre. And all I had to do was have my moment at WrestleMania. Lost my spot. All I had to do was have his moment at WrestleMania. Well, this is Drew talking. Take my wife by the hand and then go about my business. Yeah, go to the hotel room, fuck her ass. But instead, I got beaten up by a guy with one arm. And if Drew wants a title shot, you can have one. But you better be ready to eat those words. And looks like that match might be happening in Drew's home country of Scotland at Clash at the Castle, June 15th, I believe. So, little foreshadowing maybe in that little segment, which I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get a look back at the first round of the Queen of the Ring last week on the SmackDown and Raw side. And then we see a video from earlier in the day where Shayna Baszler and Io, my third wife Io, start yelling at each other in the parking lot. And Kyrie and Dakota Kai, and then, I don't know why these guys came out, Petey Williams and Kenny Dykstra came in to break everything up. Like that was gonna work. In a dreaded parking lot. We need more security there. But I digress on that. Alright, then we go to our first official match of the night. Io versus Shayna Baszler. With Zoe Stark at ringside for Shayna Baszler. And Kyrie and Dakota Kai at ringside for Io. Asuka still on the sidelines with her, I believe, her knee injury, leg injury. Gives me a dick injury. No, I'm kidding. But I digress. It was a pretty good match to start. Back and forth they went. Io put Shayna's leg and it ties it up in a corner. Then Io sends it to the floor for a big springboard. Woo! Sai moonsault. That was pretty nice. Stayed on her feet. And then Io kind of works on that leg a little bit more as we get near the middle to the end of the match. Io tries a bridging roll-up, but for a near fall. Shayna then pulls her into the Kira clutch, which gets reversed. So then Shayna hits a running knee to head for a near fall. And then tries for another one. It gets countered with a dragon screw leg whip. Ow! Taking Shayna down. And then Io goes up top, hits that beautiful over the moon salt. 1, 2, 3, my girl Io is now in the semifinals. And she will take on either Lyra Valkyria, the lassie from Ireland, or Zoe Stark in the semis on the Raw side. So this match could have been a lot better, but still, I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. After the match, Io says something in Spanish. Not Spanish, Japanese. Oh, I'm gonna hear that. I don't speak Japanese! I don't speak Spanish! Yeah, we're all fucked up right now, Io, right? Because we went a couple of rounds before, right? Now we're all both fucked up. You wanna go another round? Well, after NXT. Okay? Do we have sushi? We're gonna have sushi? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll have the sushi, you know what I mean? Oh, don't do me like that. Oh. Okay. Calm down. You're just gonna take me to school tonight, if you know what I mean. Blah, 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 blah. We move on. Alright. So, Io is in the semis, and she will take on Myra or Zoe Stark after that. Alright, then we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, where Poppy Priest comes in as Finn and JD McDumbfuck are playing darts, or doing something with the dartboard. Dominic Galeno, I say, still in a sling. And then Gordito comes in, and he's like, I am Gordito. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. So Carlito thinks that the team could use some help with all the injuries as of late with Dom. So Poppy comes in, he's fine with Carlito helping the boys, but not you. Carlito's like, oh, you don't trust me? I'm Carlito, I'm cool. Priest's like, nope. You gotta earn my trust there, Carlito. And Carlito having, the goatee and shaved the rest of his beard off. It kind of look different. Let me get that. Alright, then we see Chad Gable basically yelling at Maxine for her loss to Shayna Baszler at the house show. And then doing the same thing to the big fat man, Otis, and Akira Tozawa, who, it was supposed to be Otis taking on Bronson Reed in a battle of the big beefy men slapping meat match. But Otis is going to be taking on Sami Zayn, and Akira Tozawa is going to basically get destroyed by Bronson Reed. And he tells both guys, stop doing that stupid dance. So they leave in a huff. And then Ivy Nile comes in and talks to Maxine and says, why didn't you stick up for yourself? Why didn't you ask me to help you train for the Queen of the Ring? Yeah, that would have been nice, right? So it's just the eventual breakup of Alpha Academy. And then Gable goes back in and yells at Maxine again, saying, no training outside of the academy. And then Gable advises Ivy Nile not to stop talking to Taylor Not So Swift, meaning Maxine Dupree. Ooh. I don't know if you can compare Maxine Dupree to Taylor Swift. Well, at least Maxine Dupree doesn't have a douchebag as a boyfriend. Right, Travis Kelce? You bitch. Worst fucking tight end in the league. You know who's number one. You know who you fear. That's George Kittle, right? Kittles and bits. You ain't no number one tight end. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you and fuck Taylor Swift for that matter too. And I would do that too. Fuck her and leave. I'm like, then you write a song about me. Make it a number one hit. I take all that credit. Thank you very much. We move on. Alright, then we get a recap of the men's first round King of the Ring matches. And then we have in the back, Kofi Kingston! And Xavier Woods. They're all fired up for Kofi's basic funeral against Walter. And Kofi's like, I'm a former champion, and I'm going to teach Walter a lesson in respect. No, Walter's going to teach you a lesson in you're almost going to die. But we'll get that in a second. Alright, then we have Adam Pearce with Miz and Truth, the awesome Truth, who tells them they won't be defending the belts tonight, belts later on. And then the lovely Kiana James, the sexy accountant, comes in and says, I'm here to gain opportunities. I don't hesitate. I educate. And then Archer's like, I don't know what that means, and I don't think it's PG. It is PG, there, Truth. Educate doesn't mean that something sexual. But where's your head at? But I digress. Let me move on with that. Alright, then we go to Kofi Kingston and Walter in the men's quarterfinals of the King of the Ring. And then we have Lillian Garcia pop up out of nowhere, making a cameo appearance. Nice! And she introduces Kofi, and then Samantha Irvin, probably one of the best announcers in the game right now. introduces Walter, comes out with Marcel Barthel, blah, blah, blah. But this was a great match. I was surprised. This was a very good match. Cole is saying somehow this is only Kofi's third King of the Ring tournament, and he's like, how many years has Kofi been in the company? Like 15. He's only been in the King of the Ring 3 times. Well, that shows you that the King of the Ring hasn't been around for that long. Recently, 3 times Kofi's been in it, and he hasn't won it since Xavier won it 2 years ago. But it is what it is. But hard-hitting match. Walter's knee gave out a little bit. And Kofi was working on that. Then they go to the outside, and Walter just goes berserk on the announce table, slamming Kofi onto it. Then locks in a Boston Crab. Then the half crab. It was crazy, and the referee's like, "Get down from here!" Let me get that. Let me just change the channel. Like that. But in the end, Walter somehow won this match after Kofi hit Trouble in Paradise, knocking both men to the floor. Somehow both get in at the count of 9.9 to continue the match. Kofi goes for another Trouble in Paradise, and Walter counted it into a powerbomb, then transitioned into the Boston Crab, and Kofi looked like he was about to somehow get out of it or get near the ropes, but eventually he had to tap out in under 14 minutes. Match was great. 3.5 out of 5 stars. So Walter goes on to the semifinals where he will take on either Jey Uso, or we get the match we all want to see, and that's Walter versus the Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. And we'll see what happens with that, and we move on. So that match was great. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then after that, we get a look at Liv Morgan challenging Becky, the man Becky Lynch, for the Raw Women's title. We'll see that at King and Queen of the Ring. Becky accepts. Then Lyra Valkyria had to save Becky from damage control after Liv said, "Bye, I'm not gonna help you." So then we see Lyra in the back, and she's like, "I got Becky's back anytime she wants." That sounds weird, but Becky pops in to thank her, and then calls Liv Morgan a bitch. And then Liv comes in and says, "Hi." And then Liv comes in, calls Becky a bitch. And then Lyra's like, "Well, why don't you just call her a bitch yourself?" And then we see, oh, she's over there, right? Becky's from behind. And then, boom! Big punch right in the mush. Knocks Liv down. Felt like Mike Tyson all over again. Iron Mike Tyson! The great man that he is. And basically Becky says, "I'm not the one that's scared of a face-to-face fight." So we get that. And then we move on. Alright, there we see Kofi kicks it, walk into the back, and then Killer Cross pops in for some odd reason. Felt awkward. And says there's always more time. So he leaves, and then Xavier Woods shows up with some ice for Kofi, who wasn't sure what the hell Killer Cross wanted in that segment. I was like, what the fuck is that all that about? Maybe he's trying to recruit him for the Final Testament. It'd be nice to see a heel version of Kofi. That'd be nice, for once. I think he was only heel once when the New Day was heels. The only time that the New Day were heels, when they started that whole thing with the New Day started, basically. Many moons ago. All of them were heels, and they felt like they were like 3 black men, you know, going, like it felt like the Black Panthers, you know what I mean? But for like over 10 years, they've been faces, and multiple time tag team champions. One of the longest tag team champions in history until the Usos broke that record. I mean, they didn't break it, they shattered that record. I don't think anybody's going to beat their record of like 1,000 days as undisputed tag team champions. So we got all that. And we move on with that. Alright, then we get to Big Bronson Reed and Akira Tozawa. Akira's funeral lasted 74 seconds, as, Gable was there, and, even Tozawa, hit a missile dropkick, knocking the big man down. Gable's like, go up there again, do it again! And Tozawa goes up again, but then, gets put in a Death Valley driver, and then Bronson Reed goes up, hits the Tsunami! And squashes Tozawa like a freaking bug. 74-second match. And that's pretty much it. Let me move on. Then we go to the back with Marcel Barthel not happy with Walter being interrupted with just a bunch of annoying questions. So, look at that. As NXT just started, the signatures on. Wonder if we're going to get another QR code like we got last night, which led to a bunch of weirdness. And then there was another one that led to Wendy Lucho, who was a psychiatrist who took care of The Fiend back in 2020, which I don't even think that was aired. Let's see if we get the QR code. Well, I didn't see it yet. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so NXT starts with Noam Dar getting the fucking crap beat out of him. Like, electrical equipment fell on him as Metaphor comes in, or Menza, Shakara Jackson, Miss Jackson if you're nasty, and the lovely Lash Legend get kicked done. I don't know who attacked him. I can only think of one person. That's Trick. But we don't know about that. But in any case, Noam Dar, if he can fight tonight, he will be taking on Javon Evans, the 19-year-old sensation. So we got that. So tonight begins the Women's North American title qualifying matches. So we have 12 women, so 4 matches. I think it's going to be 4 matches. No, 6 matches, I should say. 6 times 2. I can't add, I'm sorry. So, we got 12 women in the tournament. Out of those 12, 6 will qualify for the Women's North American title ladder match at Battleground on June the 9th, and the winner of that becomes a new and inaugural Women's North American Women's Champion. Or North American Women's Champion. Go figure that one out. Alright, so we got Fallon Henley and Thea Hale, Sol Ruka and Izzy Dame, and we got Lash Legend is involved in this as well. Mia Yim versus Tatum Paxley, Maddie Rinkowski and Kaylani Jordan going at it. Jada Parker's in it, Brinley Grease. So, we'll see what happens. I think we're going to see, like, Thea Hale's going to be in there. Lash Legend, I think, is going to be in it. Ivy Niles taking on Lash Legend tonight. So, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so we got Kiana James and Izzy Dame in the women's locker room. And Izzy Dame's face looks like Boogie Hogan. Her face does look like a mix of Boogie Hogan, brother, and Natalia. So, we'll see what happens. Great to see Kiana James back in NXT, having that little cameo on Raw. And now we're hearing from the resident surfer girl, Sol Ruka. And Izzy saying, I'm gonna beat Sol Ruka tonight. And Sol's like, I'm gonna hit the soul snatch. I'm gonna snatch her soul. And now she's going to the ring. And we got our first match of the night. Now she's doing a handstand to the ring. Interesting. That's something you don't see every day. So, a woman's wrestler doing a handstand to the ring. Very impressive. Impressive. We'll get that. Alright, so that's going to start NXT. So, Sol Ruka takes on Izzy Dame in the, ow, I had her split on the apron. Ouch. So that's going to be the first match in this little Women's North American title tournament. Qualifying matches, whatever you're going to call it. Well, we got all that. Here we move on. Alright, let's get back to Monday Night Raw. So Marcel Barthel is not happy with, I think it was Jackie Redmond or Kathy Kelly interrupting Walter with annoying questions. So Walter goes to leave because he has to just do nothing, do something. And, so Marcel Barthelos asks about Walter's loss to Ilya Dragunov way back when, and the interference that caused Jay Uso his match against Walter. So he didn't list off Walter's accomplishments, like 666-day reign as Intercontinental Champion. You never want to lose on, the number of the beast. 666. What's it like to be a heretic? If you 666. Dude. Okay, sorry. And basically, so Marcel Barthel lists off that accomplishment of Walter and says, well, Walter has nothing to prove. Well, besides winning the King of the Ring. So we got all that. We move on. Dean brings up Sheamus, who's delusional for thinking that he could beat Gunther those last 2 times, and did not. Sheamus has never beat Walter, despite a legendary career, and it's never going to happen, ever. But in reality, Sheamus should, be right next to me, thanking me for last week. So, nice good fired-up promo from Marcel, probably, the only one he ever had. Pretty good. I was waiting for, Sheamus to be right next to him. He's like, what'd you say, fella? And then knocks him out. We have a big brawl in the back. But we didn't have that. But we move on anyway. Alright. Then we have Jackie Redmond in Adam Pearce's office. And he has a big, huge announcement for the Raw Tag Team belts. But then British Strong Style come in. Tyler Bate, the man who has better thighs than Randy Orton. And Pete fucking Dunne, they come in to interrupt him. So Pierce gives him a warm welcome to the show. But Pete Dunne grabs Tyler Bate's arm and leaves. And then Adam Pearce makes the announcement that later on in the show, we're going to get a Fatal 4-Way match for the #1 contendership to those Raw Tag Team belts. So we got the AOP, we got the Creed Brothers, British Strong Style, and then we got Fiend Balor and JD McDumbfuck. I'm like, that's a weird, corny as fuck Fatal 4-Way match. I was like, yeah, probably the Creed Brothers are going to win, or maybe, just maybe, the AOP would win. I mean, we'll see. We got that. And then, with that out of the way, Braun Breaker comes in and says, hey, I'm your #1 pick in the draft. Well, I was picked in the draft to come to Raw. Why wasn't I put in the King of the Ring tournament, Adam Pearce? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Why wasn't Andrade in the tournament on SmackDown, Nick Aldis? You fucking mark. Ow. We get that. So we move on with that. Alright, then we go back to ringside and Pat McAfee's barking like a dog. Which I think got him in a little bit of trouble. I don't know. There's some rumor on Facebook that he got in big trouble. There was a meeting with him. He's saying, you can't do that anymore. Or just being stupid. I thought it was just a joke. I think it's a joke. I don't think Pat McAfee's in trouble with the WWE right now. He's barking like, I'm like, calm down, Pat. And we stop drinking that Prime, okay? That Prime tastes like shit. It's nasty, disgusting. Blech. We drink real stuff here. We drink Pepsi. Because when you drink Pepsi, guys, you make the girls go, oh, shit. And it's a fact. Look it up. It's a fact. Because when you drink Coke, your weenie goes, whoop. But I digress. I don't drink Coke that much. I drink Pepsi and, once in a while I'll drink like Sierra Mist and Sprite. I don't drink Coke that often. Unless I'm at a restaurant that only sells Coke. And I'm like, fuck. But then again, I can have Sprite. So, I only have Coke once in a while just because I feel like having Coke. But, I still, even if I drink Coke, I still make the missus go, oh shit, But it is what it is. Alright, then we get to look at the Queen of the Ring once again. So then we go to Zoe Stark and the Lassie, Land of Valkyria. We get that, and commentary mentioned, why is my notes just doing that? But in any case, commentary talks about the inspiration behind Lyra Valkyria's name. You know, that's not her real name. I think her real name is like something with an E in it. Inoue, Ifene, I don't even know whatever. But it was an okay match. Lasted just under 9 minutes. Zoe goes for the Z360. But somehow Lyra blocked the knee strike to the face. And it sets up Nightwing. 1, 2, 3. Lyra Valkyria goes on to the Raw semifinals. She will take on my girl Io this Monday night. And it should be a great match. And I hope Io gets the win. I think we're going to see Io versus Jade or Bianca. But I think Bianca is going to lose to Tiffy Tiff. I think Jade will beat Tiffy Tiff in the semis, and then Jade will win the Queen of the Ring. As much as I love to see Io pull off the impossible and beat either Jade, I think she could beat Jade. She already beat Bianca, as we all know, last year at SummerSlam. So she knows a thing or two about beating Bianca. I think twice, even though there was some help with, the second time, I think she got help from Damage Control. We got that. Alright, so Ruka, the resident surfer girl, just beat Izzy Dame, so she is the first participant in that 6-way ladder match at Battleground for the Women's North American title. So, you knew she was going to be in. I knew it, because she's a gymnast. She does all those crazy flippy-dippity-doo moves. It's like she just hit the Soul Snatcher. My Guz is on. How you doing, Guz? My cousin, Tony D, who gets you a Chicken Palm Hero for $2. Well, he gets me a Chicken Palm Hero for $2. So, Tony D is going to be taking on, well, somebody from Catchpoint 3.0 for the Heritage Cup. Now, Ava's kind of questioning Tony about the referee being Stax last week to get him the shot. Luca Cristofino on the back. You know, Rizzo looking hot and everything. Stax just, doing what he has to do. So, looked like Ava was about to pull the match, and she's like, I don't want to be sued for false advertisement. And then, kind of almost threatened Tony with a fine of $20,000. Rizzo gives him an envelope with some money, probably that $20,000 fine. And Tony's like, hey, I put some extra money in there. You can spruce up the place a little bit. And he goes, you are tough, but you are fair. But as far as tonight goes, no funny business. We'll see. Hopefully he wins the Heritage Cup tonight. And he's like, I know an interior decorator for your office. Look at that. Alright, now we got Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. And one of them's got a rabbit's foot. Trying to get some good luck as of late, because them and Brinley Reese trying to find some good luck. And, well, they found a cat last week. Black cat. That's not going to work. And now they got a rabbit's foot to throw that out. Brinley Reese is in the tournament. Probably going to lose. And, just trying to get a win. I don't think they're going to get a win here. As, looks like, Brinley Reese is going to be taking on Jada Parker in the next qualifying match. So, Jada Miss Parker comes out with, OTM, Lucian Price, and, Bronco Nima, because Scripps, Reggie, bye! You're out of here. Reggie got released. So now OTM is pretty much in the mud. They're not out the mud, they're in the mud. So they can change their name to ITM, but then they will get freaking sued by In This Moment, because that's their acronym. So OTM is fine. Should be STIM, SIM. It should be called SIM, still in, or SITM, still in the mud. Whatever acronym you want to call them. But I mean, it is what it is. Now, a commercial for SmackDown. Hopefully, Tiffy Tip beats Bianca. We got Randy Orton and Carmelo Hayes in the SmackDown side of the men's tournament. And then we got Tama Tonga and Eli Drake. And then, like I said, on the women's side, Nia Jax taking on Jade. Big match there. We thought that was going to happen at WrestleMania or sometime down the line. But now we're getting it. And now on the other side, we got Bianca Belair and Tiffy Tiff. So the winner of that goes to the SmackDown finals. And we could see Bianca and Jade, but if we're going to see what happened when I get to it, what happened at the main event, I don't think we're going to see Jade Bianca until probably SummerSlam. And we got that. Alright, so Light of Bacteria will take on EO in the semifinals on the Raw women's side. And we get that. And then after the match, Lyra cuts a promo, says something in Gaelic. That's Irish. That's Irish, by the way. Gaelic is a form of... Well, Gaelic is a form of Irish. So, hoi top of the shillelagh! You know, something like that. And then she promises that we'll learn what that means. Yeah, we'll just type it into our computers and go from, like, what does that mean in Gaelic? Duh. She says that she only travels as the crow flies, which is straight to the top. So are we going to the moon? Like, Trevor Lee used to do back in WWE until he got fucked over. I hope he does good. He goes to AEW, or goes back to Impact as Trevor Lee wins the title, and then really throws it in Hunter's face. Even though Trevor Lee coming up was kind of like near the end of the Vince McMahon era. He came up and basically did nothing. Nothing really of importance on the SmackDown roster. It was just pretty much in limbo, then he was in catering, then went back to limbo. Did nothing. And the only thing he had to show for his WWE career was winning the $1 million belt and had a great feud with Eli Drake. And hanging out with Ted DiBiase for that. It was like three to almost 6 months feud, I think it was. Great matches. That trilogy, that was great. But I digress. We'll see what happens with Lyra next week. Alright, then we see Jay Uso ready to give Ilya Dragunov a yeet down. Just like Walter is going to get one next week. Foreshadowing? Maybe. Alright, they're going to Sami Zayn and Otis, a 2-minute suckfest. Otis was beating the crap out of Sami. And then, he's about to do the worm. You know, the big fat caterpillar. And then Gabe was like, don't do it! Don't do it! And I was like, well, fuck you! Rips off his shirt, does it, drops the elbow, and then Gabe was like, alright, go up top, give him up. And then hit the Vader bomb. He goes for it, missed. And then you see Otis just like roll all the way into the corner. And then Sami lines up the hell of a kick. Boom! Good night, 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn gets the win in 2 minutes. 2 minutes! And that's pretty much it. That's it, Matt, and that's it. After the match, Sami leaves the ring. Gable comes in, starts berating Otis, who gives him a suplex. Gets a suplex from Sami Zayn, helping out. Otis then helps Gable up, but then Gable starts blaming everybody for everything just happened. Then he slaps Otis in the face as they're going to the back. I'm like, uh-oh. You know what that means? Bye-bye Alpha Academy. Hello, Creed Brothers, pretty soon. And now that's pretty much it. Move on. Speaking of the Creed Brothers, they get a pep talk from Braun Strowman. That's a really nice hat. Gives them a pep talk before their Fatal 4-Way match. JD McDumbfuck comes in, gives him an official Judgment Day warning. And Braun's like, I don't give a shit. Shrugged it off, and then they leave. And that's it. Ooh, who's that? Oh, it's Lola. I couldn't recognize her. So we have Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice. Oh, yes. Looking hot. And that little pink get up with her hot boobies popping out of her freaking chest. Ugh. She's talking to, I think, Kelly Kincaid. And then somebody's attacking Lola. Is that Natalia? What the hell? I couldn't see who attacked her. Oh, it's Carmen Petrovich. So Carmen and Natalia come in, and once again, they beat down. Carmen beat up Lola, and Natty attacked Shayna Baszler, and then all the women's locker room has to stop them. Crazy. You stole my man! No, bitch, you stole my man! Ah! Can't fight! You know, you have all that, and we move on. Alright, so you get all that. So Braun Strowman telling JD McDumbfuck to get the fuck out of here. And we talk to the Creed brothers, and that's it. Alright, then we got the man, Becky Lynch, in a non-title match against Dakota Kai. Kyrie's at ringside holding a sign that says Coda rules. I love Coda. I love Dakota Kai. Something like that. She should be holding up a sign that says Peter Gilmore is the greatest. You know, or Peter Joseph is the greatest. Doesn't matter. Anyway, match lasted 10 minutes exactly. It ends in a disqualification as Kyrie and Io come in and beat the crap out of her. So Becky gets to win by DQ, and then Lyra comes out for the save, and then Liv Morgan sneaks in from behind and decks Becky and sends her into the ring post. Ow. And then we get all that. Alright, so I thought it was Jada Parker taking on Brinley Reese, but we got the men. We got we got Bronco Nima and Lucius Price taking on the Job Squad of Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. You know that's going to end in horribleness. So we get that. Alright, then we have Ilya in the back, ready to beat Jey Uso, to move closer to becoming the Czar of the ring. He's like, I'm different because I already beat Walter, who comes in, and we have an epic stare down. Ooh, loved it. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to that awkward Fatal 4-Way match with the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, Finn and JD McDumbfuck, Pete fucking Dunne, and Tyler Bate, and Akam and Razor, the Also Pain, all in a match to see who faces Miz and Truth for the Raw Tag Team belts. This match is okay, nothing great. Finn Balor, out of all the craziness, Carlito comes in with a backstabber to Pete fucking Dunne, and that allowed Finn Balor to hit the coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, so the Judgment Day of Finn and JD McDumbass get a Raw Tag Team title match against Miz and Truth, thanks to Carlito. Match was okay, 3 out of 5 stars. And then we see Poppy Priest, ex-Dominic, if he and Rhea Ripley are good. Well, we don't know about that because of what happened with Liv Morgan, coming out of the dressing room. Getting his dick sucked after that is bingo, but we get that. But the rest of the team and Carlito come in. Priest is like, Carlito, what you did out there, that was cool. But I don't want you to be a coward when you take care of your business with Rey Mysterio. We don't like cowards here in the Judgment Day. So take care of your business, amigo. And Cody's like, he said amigo. Jerking off. Okay. We get that. And we move on. Alright, then we see Ilya getting ready for his match. Ricochet comes in and wishes him luck. Okay, we got that. And then we get to your main event of the evening. The final quarterfinal match on Raw. Jey Uso with his Fireflies. It's just me, Uso. I lost to Priest, just me, Uso. I lost to Priest, He's taking on the Tsar, Ilya Dragunov. They beat the crap out of each other for almost 13 minutes. But in the end, we get a toss powerbomb into an H-bomb. Interesting. Gives Dragunov a near fall. Goes for a torpedo Moscow. And it gets countered with the Spear of Doom by Jey Uso. He goes up top, hits that Superfly Splash, and wouldn't you know it, Jey Uso upsets Ilya Dragunov, and he goes on to the Raw Finals to take on Walter next week. So it kind of feels like a rematch, per se, with Walter and Jey Uso. Remember when they went for the Intercontinental title? And Walter obviously won. So get that. So that's going to be a rematch this Monday night in the Raw Finals. And the winner of that goes on to Saudi Arabia next Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. for the King of the Ring crown. Probably be, I think it's going to be Walter versus Randy Orton. Or it could be, I don't know. I think the SmackDown finals are going to be Randy and Tama Tonga. And I think Randy's going to get revenge on Tama Tonga for what he did to his boy Kevin Owens. I think Kevin's going to come back and screw Tama Tonga out of the match and get the loss. And the win, I should say. And Randy's going to go on and take on Walter for the King of the Ring crown. That should be a pretty interesting match. But I can probably tell you right now, I think we're going to see the Ring General become the King General, or the King of the Ring. So Walter's going to win King of the Ring and get a title shot down the line. We don't know when and who. We'll see, we got that. And on the women, probably going to be Io versus Jade, or Io versus, or Io versus Tiffy Tiff. It's going to be somebody. I think it might be Jade. And then I think Jade is going to be the Queen of the Ring. Along with being one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, when they're going to be losing them by summertime. And then at SummerSlam, we're going to get Bianca versus Jade in a big time match we're going to see. That should have been at WrestleMania this year, but since Jade made her debut at the Royal Rumble, still, you had a little over 2 months to kind of build that, but they didn't. Because they had that whole thing where we don't know where Jade's gonna be on SmackDown or Raw. And then they actually put them on SmackDown. Bianca was a SmackDown in the fucking draft. They become tag team champions at WrestleMania. Or, no, not at WrestleMania, at Backlash. And then that's pretty much it. So, we move on with that. And that's it. Alright, so all in all, pretty decent Monday Night Raw. And I gave Monday Night Raw a solid, what did I give Raw? 7.25 out of 10 stars. And that's it. And we move on. Now, on NXT, we have a catfight between Jada Parker and Brinley Reese. You might see that match later on in the program tonight. And now, OTM beating the crap out of one of the jobbers. Knock him out in the corner. I know, we get that. Alright, so I'm going to go watch NXT right now, guys. And I will be back for video number 3, maybe later tonight, on my Peter Joseph channel. So check it out. And that's pretty much it. So, have a great rest of your night, everybody. Be safe and be well. And until next time, if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! That's it. And I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. And until next time.